Morning, everybody. Reverend Dave Roach here again, coming back to you with another YouTube sermon. We're going to go back to a topic that we had covered back in the fall of the year. Back to our subject, our series we did on witchcraft and the occult. And I had titled that series a Covenant with Death. And it was not my intention to go back to this particular topic. However, I was going to deliver a message on the dangers of our modern technology, and it just so happened to strike me that some of it eerily similar to some of the occult practices or witchcraft that is practiced on a whole today by those who consider themselves magicians and sorcerers or warlocks or what have you. And as I was thinking today about some of our modern technology, I wanted to talk to you or minister to you on a particular device that is very commonplace. And the fact of the business is that most of you, if not all of you, will have one. And not only have one, but you probably have it glued to your hip or glued to your ear or in front of your eyes for the better part of your entire day. And that is your cell phone. Now, the cell phone or the smartphone, let's say the smartphone, all that is it's a miniature computer, to where 20 years ago you would have to sit down at a desk and you would have a big desktop computer, big screens, big monitors, and in order to perform these tasks that now on your phone, something that is 6 to 7 inches tall and maybe 3 to 4 inches wide at the maximum, you're able to perform all the things that you could do on that desktop computer on this little handheld device. You say, well, preacher, what does that have to do with witchcraft and the occult? Well, I'd always known that because of the internet and social media and things, you're able to, by the use of the cell phone, you're obviously able to search with a click of your finger, a touch of a button. You can search out anything and everything that you want your heart's desire to look for, be it good or bad. There are those who will use this technology for good. Now, a lot of good can be done with the cell phone, with the smartphone. I myself have a smartphone. I am sending you this message via my smartphone as we speak right now. I can research. I have my Bible app, an application on my phone where I can search any word in the Bible and it at my fingertips comes right to me. I can do research, various things. However, just as though at my hands I can research those things, it is also a doorway into an entire world of evil. Just as I can find whatever verse I want to in the Bible, someone could research the writings of Aleister Crowley or Anton LaVey, or you could look up any verse you wanted in the Satanic Bible. So it goes back to what we've talked about many times about the intention of the person behind the tool, where the tool itself is not inherently evil, but it has the ability, just like a person, to be good or bad. However, as I was looking at this and thinking about it today, some similarities about the smartphone struck me as eerily similar to a practice in the occult or in witchcraft called scrying. Now, you can take your smartphone and Google that if you would like and learn all you'd like to know about it. But scrying in a nutshell is the gazing into a crystal or a reflective surface in an order or effort to tap into the spiritual dimension, to tap into or receive messages or communications from entities, if you will, whether it be to learn the future or to forecast events, what have you. And as I was examining and looking at my cell phone with it in the off position, just with the black blank screen, I noticed that if you stare at this screen on your cell phone, which is a reflective surface, you are able to look at yourself like a mirror. And you'll see your reflection back at you. You can try this at home. And as I further thought of it, in my studies of witchcraft and the occult, one of the things in scrying is to stare or focus or meditate looking into a black mirror, looking for an image to show back at you. It is a practice that they use to, as I said, tap into that unknown or unseen world of the spirit. They'll look into that mirror, they'll look into that crystal ball, if you will, that's scrying, until something manifests itself. Well, that is not unlike your smartphone. Because soon as you turn your smartphone on and you see a application, a search engine called Google or Firefox, whatever your search engine particularly is, and you start to search things, what comes up is what you're thinking about. So much so that device, the more you search for something, when you go to search, automatically that device knows the common or most searched things that you look for. So not just in a physical sense is it giving you a reflection of your physical self. When you turn that smartphone on, you are getting a inward reflection of yourself. You give me about 5 minutes with somebody's smartphone, unlocked of course, where I can access it, and I can look at their Google history and their YouTube history, and I can draw a pretty accurate depiction of what that person likes, what they think, how they operate, what their thought processes are, the things they're interested in, the things that they're buying, the things that they're having shipped to their home. You can tell a great deal about somebody by their phone because it is a reflection, if you will, of their inner man. And what a powerful thought that is. You don't understand, brothers and sisters, the power that you have in that little simple device that is in your hand. How far we have come. The book of Daniel says, I believe it's in the 12th chapter, it says, in the last days, it says that men will run to and fro, and that knowledge will be increased. 20 years ago, if there was a cell phone, it was this giant thing, looked like a brick with an antenna on it. And you could make a call. That's all you could do, and half the time that didn't go through. But now, everything that you can do from a desktop, everything that you can do from your office can be done anywhere you are, just by virtue of that little device, that miniature gateway, if you will, into the atmosphere. You can watch what you want. You can research what you want. You yourself can upload information into the atmosphere. You can tap into things a world away. And that is what the world of the occult and witches and warlocks and sorcerers have been doing for eons with a very simple form of technology with a mirror or a crystal. It's no different virtually. Fact of the business is, it's so much easier now as technology has increased. We have been able to access that realm so much easier, and able to expand our mind and expand our knowledge base so much faster and virtually effortlessly with this technology. So it very much reminded me of that occult practice of scrying. It certainly will give you a pause when you go to turn your phone on the next time. And it's mesmerizing. It's mesmerizing. Just as more so probably than anything else in the world, your phone. We wait for it to ring. We wait for the messages to pop up, and it's almost to where you cannot resist looking at it. You cannot resist checking it. You can't even turn it off to sleep at night. When it goes off in the middle of the night, you will instinctively reach for it. You become dependent on it. As is it with any tool of sorcery, you begin to become addicted to it, to its power. And yes, it has lots of power. But the most important power it has is its power over you. The constant drawing to it. The having to have it constantly. So I submit to you, brothers and sisters, that you had better be careful with these devices. The Bible speaks many times about wicked devices. Now, of course, that's a play on words because you have a device in your hand, but there are other devices. Better be careful with that smartphone. You better make sure it doesn't outsmart you, the user. Well, it's just food for thought here tonight, brothers and sisters. Until the next time, God keep you and bless you. Love you in the Lord.